Underdog Daily. BadgeBros, Jon and Nez. Nez back in the building. Monday night's NBA champ to break it all down for us. We got ourselves an unabated hoops breakdown here to start. And then we will funnel everyone and push everyone behind the paywall there to do the 4-game MLB Walk-Off Wednesday slate. Great time of the year, Nez. Great time of the year right now where we get to double dip slates while sweating a morning slate as well in the
Yeah, that is certainly peak draft season there. I mean, there's like 5 different peak draft seasons in the calendar year. This is definitely up there. This is definitely up there. No, man, I love it. I love it. Interesting slate for NBA for sure. 4-game MLB slate later, which is pretty cool. First time I think that we've had such a tiny slate this season. So those slates are always kind of fun because it kind of forces you to just, make certain decisions and you have to think a little bit less, I think. So that'll be fun.
Love it, man. Shout out to our guy Keith dropping by 5 BadgeBros Membies. So 5 of you will be able to follow us behind the paywall, Florida Membies only for the second part of this program. I did ask everybody in the Discord, in the comments, in the show that I was doing last time behind the paywall, if people like this idea. I think it's a good way to, give members a little something extra, all while still having our Underdog show forward facing. I like the idea. I know Nez likes the idea. I'd love to hear some feedback from the community if this is something that is cool for you guys. As members, does this, incentivize you guys more so to be members, stay members, and be a part of this community?
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear what people say. I think it makes a lot of sense. So I'm curious to see what other people think. Get some more value for these memberships.
Right. Like I mean, it's a cup of coffee, guys. Like it's a cup of coffee a month, but I do value the community aspect of it, that if you are willing to give us a cup of coffee a month while playing alongside us on this platform, that there should be some added incentive, added benefit all the while. And I like the idea of switching back and forth. So we service both the hoops guys and the MLB guys. And then we're going to be doing some golf stuff. We did some Zamboni stuff last week. We're going to do dance stuff next week. So we're going to cover all the bases there.
Yeah, we got our hands full, man. It's a lot going on in these lobbies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nick's asking for the 9 a.m. Eastern stream before he has to travel to a different state to draft there.
I'll cover the 5 a.m. Feeding the baby stream. I have the bottle here while I feed the kid at 5 a.m. and break down the slate as best as I can while the baby cries and coos.
You for a fact that I ain't up at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
You're not up at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Nice. Oh, good, clean fun. Dallas asking how he gifts out the memberships. I believe you cannot do it on mobile. I think you can only do super chats via mobile. So if you're watching on mobile, you can't do it. You have to be on desktop, and then there's an option right there. But shout out to Dallas. I saw the message in the Discord. It was one of the ones I was going to bring up here. Not usually a baseball guy. Watched the baseball stream yesterday with Pete that was MLB one-on-ones. Not going to lie, Nez, absolutely cooked on that stream.
You gave all the alpha.
I gave all the damn alpha in terms of the Rooker plus Langoliers plus one-off Brandon Lau. It didn't do much for me, but it did a lot for Dallas here. 31 into 1,020 on the site there. Mad respect. Love that so much for people, dipping their toes in different waters for different sports, and also love it so much as an evergreen reminder that if there is a game that you can play on low volume by simply getting contrarian, it is baseball. So, I mean, we saw it on 12 entries the other night for Timmy Carr. We see it with Dallas here. I can't even remember how many entries it was, but yeah, man, it's awesome to see.
Yeah. It's just the best sport, man. Like I've been saying for a long time that Pete should be playing baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. He should be. It's good. Yeah. Him and Davis playing baseball is going to do a lot for pushing guys into these spaces once people understand how fun it is and how you're never dead. Like, you look at the leaderboard, 10 10 o'clock Eastern and you're in 520th, but you got one Dodger left, you still got life, baby. Like it's so sick.
Mhm.
You our guy Jeb Bush becoming a member there. And I see our guy Nick Volke in the chat there. I'm about to bring up all the winners from last night there, Nez. Shout out to Lit Up, who is a longtime viewer who took the NBA one last night. But we had some legendary stuff take place for the community. Johnny Pickums, aka Johnny Football, aka Johnny Baseball, aka Johnny Ships. He is just cooking in these pick'em lobbies, man. He did it again last night with these 145 Xers, truly crazy. Shilly and Vogie Berra took down the main slate there, both giving us a shout out on Twitter there. Mad respect to you guys, chopping up that 2250 in the main contest there. We got some nice pick'em winners here as well. And then our guy, Timmy Carr as well. Tobes took down the small contest, the $25 96 entry contest, his second takedown of the young baseball season there. So, man, the community just cooking yet again, evergreen.
Yeah, man. How about this Johnny Football's hater is something else. Imagine being in his pick. Imagine being in his champions pool. I'd be so pissed. This guy's taking all the money out of the pool because he's banging all these fucking eight pick. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say though, he is breaking the cardinal rule though, John. He's out here and he's sharing it. Let's go. Bang. Where's the fucking link, brother?
Yeah.
Come on. Share the wealth. Share the wealth, man.
The cardinal rule from Pete is you can't victory lap it unless you pre-share the links. So community rule, we're gonna need Johnny Pickums. He's renowned for sharing his stuff though. Just for whatever reason, these most recent ones when crushing, he hasn't been sharing.
It's very true. It's very true. It seems to be how it goes. I've hit a couple pick'ems behind the Nez wall as well where I haven't shared, and because of that I can't share the winnings because I didn't share it with you guys. Because if I shared every single pick, you guys might not follow us anymore.
Oh, the truth of the matter. Yeah, the AI pick'ems are scared of Johnny. The AIs ain't got nothing on Johnny Pickums right now.
There's AI pick'em? Oh no.
Oh, there's AI betting. There's AI everything now, dude. There's gonna be AI me and you soon. Don't worry about it.
We're cooked.
We're cooked. Nez, let's talk about the hoops slate here. A 9-gamer on the platform here, 60K, 6K to first there. Just trying to find a balancing act right now between, people are really excited to draft baseball. Then there's an early baseball. Then there's a hoops one. So fluctuating between that 60 and 80 K every day here. Yeah. There you go. This shout out to the gambling. That's the AI.
Oh yeah. That bot's cooking.
Yeah. Bales always, man.
Yeah.
101 always bails.
Dude doesn't sleep.
No, man. Sorry, Nez. The throat is still.
No. It's all good. You were kind of talking about the prize pools, and I think it is tough when yesterday didn't get quite to 100%, and then today you have the early baseball slate and the main baseball slate. I mean, that money does sort of have to come and go from different places. Plus, you have Joker back to back here today. I think we'll get into it. Could potentially kind of mess with the liquidity as well. So they're doing, they're doing their best, and I think it makes sense. I mean, given the fill rates, like you kind of have to give and take, from certain contests.
Yeah, absolutely. Really happy that we got almost full in NBA yesterday, damn near full, but that we filled baseball like an hour early. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Love that.
Man, big things are coming for baseball. Like once the runway is truly clear for baseball, I think big things are going to be on the way for that.
Yeah. And obviously not having a daytime diamond before and having a full, whatever it was, 11-game slate to draft from, incentivizes people more so than having the daytime diamond and then only having 4 after as well. So yeah, just a tough balancing act right now for Hope and Numi and the crew at the draft games there to just find out, because this is, untreaded waters before with how big we've grown and how big the site has grown, and now seeing what's up there. Yeah, I mean, this is in the ear of everybody is when MLB dog bowl. I don't know. We don't know. But me hopes, fingers crossed that we could cook something up in that regard. You guys got to show out. We got to keep filling these 30Ks, and then the dog bowl comes. You know, so big that they can't deny us, you know?
Exactly. Feel free to keep asking. I mean, it can't hurt to continue to ask every single day. It can't possibly hurt.
And be sure to tag Numi and Hope in the Discord.
They'll see it. I promise they'll see it. You don't have to tag them.
Oh my goodness. All right, Nez, let's talk about this 9-game hoop slate, primarily locking early, and then one late West Coast hammer there with the Clippers game. And you were alluding to the Joker stuff. I mean, we should talk about last night for a half second. Ant Edwards at the end of the ball game saying that was the best basketball game he had ever played in his life. Double OT game last night between the Nuggets and the T-Wolves there. Crazy sequence to end the ball game there that just, Russ gets a steal. Russ has a layup for them to go up 3, bricks the layup, McDaniels rebound, kick it back out, goes to knock down a corner 3, and Russ fouls, and then the game ends at the free throw line. Just crazy sequence. But man, Joker, holy shit. What was it? 62, 10 and 10 or 61, 10 and 10?
I think it was 61.
Never in my life have I seen an NBA slate where we had 2 guys put up 90 burgers on the same slate. And then Giannis put up like damn near 70 as well, and just doesn't even factor into the equation. Like normally 70 is lapping the field from the first round. Truly wild slate and truly incredible basketball played last night by Steph and Joker.
Yeah, I was feeling, I had that day after confidence going into that slate too. And I had a lot of Steph early, and then I ended up tailing off on Steph. And yeah, that clearly was not the move. But wow, look at this. Look at just this total score is just insane. I mean, just 2 90s in one night is so crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 90s, and then Denny Avdia with the 64. Yeah, I think it was almost 70 for Joker as well there. Vooch, who I liked the spot for the other night, there gets a little 46. I've been clowning Draymond never having a ceiling, and somehow Draymond finds a triple dub with 49 fantasy points. So yeah, man, crazy slate last night.
It really was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to Lit Up who took that one down. I see, Tiger Woods up here. I see it Lit Up twice. I see Spartan up here. I saw Car Park, T Pollock with 2 in the top 5. Mad respect there. Car Park was charging late, I saw. But yeah, just awesome show out there. And dude, shout out to our guy Shaedon Sharpe. Shaedon Sharpe played some ball last night, dude. It'll go overlooked because of how much good basketball was played around him. But these games without Simons, man, like this 38 minutes here, we've been talking how Shaedon Sharpe can jump out the gym. Man, that team looks fun right now. We've been Portland stands since the beginning.
They're so close. They're so close for sure. That was really kind of annoying because I had like 38% Sharpe, 30% Banton. They were good plays. They paid off, but not enough of the guy that scored 90 fantasy points in the 3rd round. Yeah. So
no Scoot as well there. Nick says the pick and roll winner was more impressive. I imagine that he won the pick and roll last night. I was not in it.
The night before, I think.
Wow, our guy Nick showing out in the pick and roll streets. Love it, man. That high dollar price point. That's where the Sharps reside, aka Nick.
Did you hear what they're calling him?
No.
New Jersey Nick, they're saying.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I was saying that from the jump there. I started that one a month ago.
I forgot. I should have known.
New Jersey Nick is
on for like a month. So
yeah. All right, Nez, let's move into today. 9-gamer here. I was messing around with some ranks there. We got Cat, who has shifted from a Q tag to a P tag. So just be mindful of the combos. I was shocked that we got a Mitchell Robinson available, but now it's shifted to an out tag.
Yeah.
I was absolutely shocked on the back-to-back after he puts up a double-double. Just crazy that was going down there. But in terms of back-to-backs, we got the Knicks on the back end back-to-back. We got Atlanta on the back end back-to-back, who have both filed injury reports already. And then we got the Spurs and Denver, who have not filed injury reports yet, on the back-to-back. So that's back end back-to-back for those four. And then front end back-to-back is the Washington Wizards and the Miami Heat this evening. Miami gets Memphis tomorrow. Washington is at home versus Orlando for a pace down game tomorrow. So there's your macro lay of the land. We can go through the Q tags and then do it game by game here. But yeah, just macro thoughts, Nez.
Yeah, I think the big macro for me is like I'm fading Nikola Jokic. We'll see what comes out from this injury report. Could be an instant out, could be a Q, but I'll take him 2 or 3 all day. Probably not even 2. I'm probably going to go with a pretty strong fade until this injury report comes out, and then maybe put him at 2. That's the big thing for me right now, and I think it needs to be the big thing for everybody, really.
Okay, cool. Very interesting there. Obviously that game went to double overtime. Some really good context in the chat from Unabated's own Justin Long there. He says the Spurs were 15.5 in some spots before the Nuggets game went to overtime. And by the time the game ended, it has been bet down to 19.5, 8.5 some places. So there's some good alpha that, even the quote unquote books and the sharp money is thinking that even if Joker happens to not be on the injury report and play through it or whatever, that it's going to affect at least some players on here, most likely Jokic, as you alluded to there. I'm going to put this in just for a second because while we're talking about the Joker one, Jamal Murray has missed the last 2, did not play last night. Michael Porter missed and was kind of weird. It was kind of out of nowhere for personal reasons. So I don't have context on that. If you have context on that, that'd be great. And then Aaron Gordon, man, he just hasn't been playing the back-to-backs, right? So there's a chance that after he plays 46 last night, puts up 30 real-life basketball points, that he will not be available this evening as well. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to play this situation. How are you leaning right now? You obviously the Joker lean, you've already told everybody, but how are you treating some of the auxiliary pieces?
Yeah, I have 60 main drafts done, and I have 33 Jamal Murray shares right now.
Wow. Okay, so you're leaning in.
I wish it was like 59. I wish, just one, maybe one team without Jamal Murray would be nice. But that's it. Like Jamal Murray ADP 28, given this context, is just hilarious.
Okay.
So he's so worth it. Like, is considering that. I mean, by the time if the news that we think is going to does hit before lock, Jamal Murray will be like a 1-2 turn pick. It's gonna get goofy. It's gonna get goofy. So right now it's just like Jamal Murray is just like a giga smash at like pick 18. Like he's a good pick there.
Yeah, very nice. I saw him in rooms falling a lot. I have some 6th round shares of Jamal Murray.
That's crazy.
It was falling, but yeah, one of them was paired with Joker. Actually, it was literally pick 36. Yeah, it was kind of nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, the other big situations to talk through. I was all ready to hype up Precious Achiuwa playing the 5 today and Mitchell Robinson being out and all this sort of thing. But now we got that injury report there, Nez, and it looks like Cat is going to play this evening versus the Cavs. So yeah, I'll just ask you kind of where you're treating Cat, where you're putting him in terms of the rankings, and then the push-pull of how that affects, Hart and OG's been absolutely cooking in recent memory here.
Yeah.
And then other auxiliary Knicks, if they're worth getting to, Bridges and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Bridges is very, very gettable right now. He's not drafted, I don't think, every time, if I'm not mistaken. So Mikal with no Payne and no McBride and no bench, I think is just such a good pick projection wise. I mean, I don't know what he's looking like in the pick'em lobbies, if they even have anything for him. They have him at 31. I mean, that just feels so.
PRA
the minutes are
or
going to be
fantasy
insane.
points? 31 what?
31 fantasy points in the pick 'em
Fantasy
lobby.
points. Okay.
Yeah, which like I would take a higher on, but you know, we know how bad the floor can be for Mikhail. Just think that he's a very good pick at his ADP. Cat ADP is fine. Josh Hart and OG ADP is fine, but I like OG probably more than Hart. I mean, OG is just playing such good ball. It's hard not to just like chase the box scores in this game.
Dude, he's been scoring in a huge way. Like he's been like their 1-0-1 like touch time and fill it up guy in the absence of Jalen Brunson and Miles Bridges.
It's so cool.
Miles McRae.
Yeah.
I always do that. I always do the Bridges on the.
Yeah, no, it's so cool to see these guys like shift roles and stuff whenever certain players are out. Like it's insane how freaking talented all these players are. Like OG full health Knicks was just like very very good role player, and then time to step up and he just like flips the switch like that. It's just like super impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. One other good one in the chat, or two other good ones in the chat here. Circling back to the Denver stuff. Is Fan said last night that it sounded like MPJ won't be available tomorrow either as part of those personal reasons. So, yeah, interesting. So that's a good one there. And then, dovetailing off that, to borrow Pete's phrase, is the fact that the Russ projection is going to look insane if rule outs happen from Nick there, which I tend to agree with. Although in recent memory, Russ has been playing off the bench like just every damn time kind of deal. But I do think if you lose both Jokic, Porter, and Gordon, there's no way Russ doesn't start this evening.
Oh yeah, he would have to start. I guess I was sort of like baking in like, what if Russ doesn't play either? But he's almost gonna have to, because I mean, like Christian Brown almost played an hour of basketball yesterday. Dude, like Jesus Christ.
It's nuts. Like the lower end of the spectrum was Westbrook with like the 38, but if you look at Joker, it was 50 something, 52, almost 53 there, and then Christian Brown was 53 as well. So that's insane. That's a lot of hoops, man.
That is wild. That is wild.
Yeah, here's the bro science narrative from Jeb too, is like you need to get Russ's confidence back after the way that game ended there. And like the fact that he hasn't been starting the last little bit, even when there was the back-to-back games where they were without Jamal and they were without Gordon, Russ still didn't start in one of those. So it was,
here's what I'll say. In principle, you're right. In reality, do you think Russ could ever lose confidence?
Me and Russ.
I just woke up today like I'm the best motherfucker on the court today. Like
this guy misses every single night. He misses every damn shot. He's still gonna jack up them threes, man.
Do you think he cares? Come on, be real.
Oh shoot, man. Lavalord saying he thinks it's something like a family illness or something for MPJ. That would definitely make sense when it's like a late rule out, personal reasons to go travel to family. I'm not going to speculate, but generally speaking, personal reasons when listed like that, it's something family related or it's something child related. And I didn't see anything about him having a child. So, all right, dude. Some other Q tags to deal with here is going to be the Boston situation. They just dealt with that long ass road trip, and now they're finally back home. And we got Q tags on a bunch of starters here and a doubtful tag on Horford. So we've been talking about how they do the push-pull thing with the bigs when they start one and then the other one sits and yada, yada. We've been talking about it for ages here. Jaylen Brown, the high holidays are over here. The fasting is done with, but he is still nursing that knee injury. I believe it's a knee, right? It's that knee injury, which has had him on a minutes limit. So even the times in which after he missed a bunch of games on the road trip and then he played some on the road trip in the middle there, he was soft capped at like 28 there. So just thoughts on, who you think could go this evening now that they're back home. It's not a back-to-back for them, and who you would be interested in at their back end ADPs here.
Well, John, just so you know, when Ramadan is finished, that holiday is called Eid. since we do so much Ramadan talk on here. So now, we
got another holiday.
Well, Ramadan is like an entire practice, and then when it's finished, it's Eid. So if you had any Muslim friends, you say Eid Mubarak. That's how you say Happy Eid. So that's a little something for you whenever Eid's over, or whenever Ramadan's over.
Ramadan was over. So I looked this up this morning. It was over on March 29th. So I was like, okay, his fasting, sundown, sun up is over now. Is there anything like fasting related associated with Eid? Or is this like party time now?
No, the party time.
Celebration.
It's like Christmas. Okay. Yeah, they get a lot of presents and stuff.
All right, cool. The more you know, Nez, the more you know. The
I
things
love,
we're learning
I love
out
keeping
here,
you
buddy.
up to date, man.
You're
gonna at the poker table. You're gonna be so cultured now.
I thought I was cultured before, but apparently not.
Well,
I didn't know anything.
You are. Yeah, the Q tags here. I'm not drafting Jaylen Brown. It's gonna suck because he'll probably kill me the first day that he plays off a Q tag. But I am taking Kristaps, so that's basically how I'm approaching these Q tags.
Yeah, I saw Kristaps go undrafted once or twice here. Obviously, not a great matchup in the world, and there is some push-pull stuff with like the Bam ADP, for instance. Like Bam was falling in some rooms earlier because people were, pushing up other guys in and around him, especially after the Bridges news there. But like the push-pull dynamic of Bam is like, I'm fine playing Bam this evening if we get no Zinger, no Horford, and Cornette's coming off the illness, right? Like this looks like an interesting spot to get some Bam. But now all of a sudden, if we get some combination of two of these guards being in, or one of these two being in, and Zinger being in, I'm a little less interested in getting to the Bam side as well.
Yeah, I have such a hard time getting Bam right.
Well, you got him right on Monday, bud.
I did. I mean, I was like, it's the fucking Wizards, dude. Let's just this has to be right.
Yeah.
I'm up in the air. I'm probably gonna wait for Unabated to tell me what to do with Bam. Right now, he's at ADP for me, and like if I get him, I get him.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I think I'm just putting it on people's radar that I think there is a little bit of push-pull with the stuff at the 5 there. I'm expecting Cornette tonight, currently not listed, that sort of thing. The last big one then is the Miles Bridges scenario that we haven't hit on yet. This is a back-to-back, and this is a Q tag that got slapped on here. He played 34 last night. It was a close game against Utah. I think it was like a 4-point game, and he got lifted out of that game. Let me double down on the popcorn machine as we look at that. A little bit of like not so quiet tanking. I believe I saw that. Am I tripping? They're not on the back-to-back. My bad. There was a 1-day break. My bad. I'm getting.
Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry.
Okay. I effed up. Not a back-to-back for these guys. But then he just got filed with an illness. And I lied to you. He did not get lifted in that fourth quarter. Okay. I must have been thinking about. I looked at this earlier, I swear. Yeah. Anyways. Same day illness tag add Q tag, coupled with the fact that they've listed Damian Blau available from the G League. And we know when he's been listed available, he winds up usually starting in those scenarios. And those are the days in which he gets pushed up in terms of projection. Also interesting to note that KJ Simpson has a Q tag here as well. Nick Smith Jr. has a Q tag here as well. So one of the other guards there. So yeah, that's where I was going with it. How you treating Miles Bridges? Fuck, I'm all over the place today, boys.
Well, I was loving him before. I thought he was such a great pick before. Now I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the last time I was like really in playing NBA, there was a guy that was illness Q, ended up suiting up, and it pissed me off. It might have been like Anthony Simons or something. I mean, it's not good, right? They have no reason to play him, but yeah, I'm fading him. I'm fading him now. Now they've got this late Q tag, big time fading him.
Yeah, I'm in lockstep with you there. The furthest I've seen him fall is to the 5th round. I had him paired up with a Joker team there, so I just went ahead and took him. And if I get the swap, I get the swap. But I'm in lockstep with you, man, where I don't think he goes this evening, and that'll be very interesting to see what we get in terms of starting unit from them. Like, Big Mark Dub played 34 last time out. Like, I wasn't sure that was still in his bag. I mean, Gibson has the Q tag there as well. Not that factors into the 5 rotation, but they'll have like 3 5s available. Akogi, who didn't play last game, will most likely be back this evening. So like, there's a lot of bodies here still. So I'm not sure we'll be jumping up and down to like swap to a Hornets piece, but I won't not have a little Damian Wow in the last round because of the usage rate if he does draw into the starting lineup.
Yeah, I can't blame him, man. There's a chance that he can matter. This just fucks up the whole game, in my opinion, because like it makes the Pacers kind of icky to select as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. All right, dude. Let's move into the game by game there. Let's actually I'll ask you one last macro question. Obviously, outside of the Jamal Joker situation, was there anything else that was popping out to you that was like severely mispriced when you were doing your first 60?
I'll have to check. Let me just see. I think Amen Thompson is probably like way wrong.
How so? Which direction?
I think he's too cheap.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had a pick 11 James Harden draft.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like James Harden today. I mean,
yeah, I just think that we're dealing with a really wonky slate, and maybe that's a really good segue into like what the slate looks like in terms of like macros. Is we have a 13-point Kings team, we have a 10-point Cavs team in terms of favorites.
Sure.
We have a Pacers 15. We have a Rockets 16.5, and we have a Clippers 17.5. We got a Thunder 13. So we are dealing with like a crazy wonky slate in terms of like, I think people are really skittish of some of like the potential blowout run spots here. Now, that's not something we normally talk about. That's not something we normally factor in. But the fact that these spreads are so large and it's quote unquote silly season, I think it is something we kind of got to talk about today.
Yeah, I think whenever there's so many games like that, you just sort of like call it a wash for almost everybody and maybe tie break here and there. But, the way James Harden gets home, like I have no problem taking him at ADP. He just does a little bit of everything. And like you kind of just will be happy almost with like 40 points from him if that's what he gives you. I just don't have a problem with just because the Clippers, man, are just so concentrated, right? Like him and Kawhi have just been so dominant fantasy wise that like I don't care if they're 20-point favorites. Like let me they'll do enough. They'll do enough, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's sharp point from you. I was a little bit more in the skittish camp, but you kind of walked me off the ledge there.
Yeah.
A little bit. Nez, let's do it. Let's go game by game here. There's one, I guess, now that I think about it, we should have the AD conversation. I put him on the cover.
Right.
It's a probable tag. They had Gafford back last game. They started them alongside one another. He's been playing the 4. Dallas is getting closer to full. It's been a soft minutes cap at about 24 to 28. I was expecting it to move up by now. Like the first game back, kid said 24. Then I was like, okay, now it's probably going to be like 28 or something like that. And it's been pretty stagnant in this like 28, 30, 28 ever since, like not full here. So this is a team that's fighting for play-in and stuff like that. If AD plays full this evening in a pace-up game against Atlanta, he's severely mispriced right now. Is there any chance he plays full this evening?
I don't think so, but like I mean like it's Anthony Davis, right? Like it's not like he's like empty fantasy points. So even if he does play 30 to 31, he can give you a 2 fantasy point per minute game. Like that's well within his range of outcomes. Unabated loved him last game. They were a lot and they weren't alone.
Mhm.
So I just have a feeling once, you know, the day goes on, you're going to see Anthony Davis push up even further, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that was my mindset too, Nez, especially against Atlanta. I was like, man, just give me this guy at like the 6-7 there, like the 1-2 turn. I was like, just push him up and try and get overweight it. And then a couple drafts, he falls back to me with like Joker teams. And I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
everyone's not feeling the same way right now as I am. So yeah, we also don't have like on-off splits that are deep enough to talk about the impact of like him and Gafford playing alongside each other. Because like Gafford low-key nuked in 18 minutes last time. I think it was 27 fantasy points. And like the rebounding rate is like pretty impressive, like just in general there. And that was against a big team like Brooklyn. Like you would think in pace up environment against Atlanta that the rates will even look better. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like this is a very interesting. We haven't seen this iteration of Dallas basically. And I want to be overweight in a pace up spot here, but it is still like, not the greatest total, not the greatest. The spread is nice. I guess it is the highest total. Never mind. Yeah, I mean it's weird.
Yeah, it is really strange. It's a good point about like having the extra big man on the floor. Like, do we need to? I mean, we probably should, pretty obviously, temper the expectations, but not here, man. We're playing for ceiling, and I plan on having a lot of Anthony Davis if I can help it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like where you're at on that. I like the idea. Let's see. Justin saying it's weird that he pushed to 30 minutes, and then last game they said he would play 24 to 28 minutes again. I think the models were assuming he would play 32 to 34 after the game against Chicago. That's what I was assuming too.
Got it.
So that's where I was at with it. So it's interesting if we pump it back down today to like this 24, 28, 30 ceiling kind of range. I wonder where he factors in terms of projection because you're dealing with some teams that could get blown out in front of them. Like imagine the Clippers blow the doors off the Pels and they only play a half. Well, there's 3 ADPs that are going ahead of Anthony Davis that just no longer makes sense.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Trout's at bat. Everybody pause. Am I going to be rich? Am I rich? Question mark. Let's find out. Let's find out in real time. All right, Nez, let's do this.
Right.
Kings and Wizards, 13 points by way of the Kings here. Sabonis is going in the first round. DeMar DeRozan goes in the fourth round. Revenge game for Kuzma here. Or Kuzma. Never mind. I'm such an idiot. I was thinking about Levine, and I was like, Levine and Kuzma trade. Holy fuck, I'm a mess today, dude. Strike it from the record. He's doing fine. Oh my god,
oh my
insane.
Lord, dude. The wires have never been more crossed.
We got a whole bunch of out. The wires are so crossed between sports and sickness, and oh my god. All right, woo, deep breath. Let's talk about the Wizards here with all the out tags. Blue Koulibaly's out. Malcolm Brogdon's out. Sadiq Bey. Although Sadiq Bey is working his way back for some reason, he started shooting again. Kispert, Middleton, Smart out. JT Thor with a Q tag here. Keyshawn George out. I don't know, man. We saw minutes uptick for Poole last game. Is he back? Is he back in our lives here? Yeah. What are we touching from this game that is not named Sabonis and DeRozan, basically?
Well, Sar, I really like Sar. Just going to continue
Okay.
to chase that ceiling for him in this spot. I wasn't keeping up with Jordan Poole's box scores. I don't love that he almost hit 30 minutes again. It was just so much easier to just simply tell ourselves Jordan Poole is unplayable anymore. I hate this inconsistency with the playing time. It's so frustrating. Wow. Yeah. Now that I know that, I hate that. I hate that I know that now.
Yeah. This is I shouted it out because of how thin they were in terms of handling on Monday's slate, where it was kind of like, I think maybe we can get to him even if he only plays 28, like just because of how short the slate was. Now today I'm kind of like, oh, is there something here? Because I don't know. It was a little different on Monday, Nez, because Colby Jones got assigned to the G League. Now they've brought him back today, and that transaction's already taken place. So there's another handling body available for them. So I anticipate, Carrington, Poole, AJ Johnson, Champagny, Sarr, and then some combination of, Jones, Vucevic, and Holmes / Gill off the bench there. So I think this might just be too thin and too spread out.
Okay. Yeah. No, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I do like last round Sarr though quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Sarr it is. On the Kings side there, Nez, what do you think about DeRozan? He's been putting together some nice box scores there. He had 52 fantasy points the other night. He's going in the 20s. And then maybe Levine goes in the last round, but we haven't seen a ceiling game in a long, long time. And Malik Monk is now playing off the bench. They've decided to go with Keon Ellis starting there and do it by way of defense in the first unit there. So is there any love for anyone else? And what do you think about Kings at ADP?
Yeah, I think Sabonis is obviously, fine at ADP 4 against the Wizards, probably going to pull down 30 boards tonight. DeRozan at ADP I like. Levine I don't necessarily love.
Okay.
Just based on what we've seen, but if I don't
what
have
about
Sabonis,
Kuzma?
Kuz.
What about Kuz?
Who's in this spot? I forgot. I totally glossed over the guy that's totally in this game. If I don't have DeRozan, maybe I'll get to Levine, but I doubt it. I was so far removed from like the hoop stuff the last 2 weeks that like I was talking to Nick and he informed me that Monk was like on the bench, and I was like, oh, huh? Like that caught me way off guard.
Yeah, it is a little surprising, but I guess they just like the on-ball defense of Keon Ellis.
Keon's our guy.
Yeah, I like it a little bit there. I think there's basically only 4 draftable players from this game. We can feel free to move on there. I will throw my hat in the ring for a Champagny share or 2 if he does wind up in the starting lineup, because he does have a minute ceiling comparative to some of the other handlers on the team.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's move on. Pacers 15-point favorites at home against the Hornets. We talked about the Hornets situation with Miles Bridges there. Now with the illness Q tag, both you and I are decently bearish on that one. We are also on the Pacers side dealing with Benny Math Q tag, oh my God, I'm going to do it again. Miles Turner Q tag. Some of the G Leaguers listed as questionable as well there. Isaiah Jackson listed as out. And then on the Hornets side, obviously no Melo for the remainder of the season. Tosh Gibson and Nick Smith Jr. also have Q tags there. So that could factor into the handling role, which is why we brought up, KJ Simpson. That's why we brought up Damian Blau. Probably a little too deep for our game today on a 9-game slate. But, from a rates perspective, the usage suck that is Damian Blau in the last round. If you get no Bridges, he's going to project like half decently. So what are you doing here in terms of Hallie, Siakam, and Mark Will? And then is there anyone else we can get to in the game?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of Hallie, and I don't think I will. But man, he certainly could just, punch down big time. I never really know what to do with Hallie in these spots, but probably going to fade. Hope it doesn't kill me. It probably will. Last round Siakam, I think just because of the opportunity cost is totally fine.
Are you aware that he has never recorded a stock in his entire
never in his life? I know he's just going to fill it up.
Never.
Just give me 35 points in the 6th round and I'll be okay.
There you go.
Yeah, and now with Miles Bridges late Q, like I said earlier, not loving that. It does affect my love for Mark Williams, I think, but maybe that's wrong. Like, how does Mark Williams usage like, what's he going to pick up a handling role? Like, how does he possibly become like better with Miles Bridges out? I don't know how that doesn't hurt him, actually.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I think he's fine at ADP. He did play 34 minutes the other night. But it's just, it is pace up spot for them, but it's just like this spot just doesn't. It just feels like you could shut it down early if you get behind, and that's so gross. To just like say,
Yeah.
What about? I mean, I don't think I'll touch Miles Turner with the Q tag in the last round. But would you be interested in Miles Turner at all?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay. What if we get Thomas Bryant or Obi Toppin starting at the 5? Would you be interested in that?
I think I'd be interested in Obi Toppin.
Okay. I think it'll be Thomas Bryant starting at the 5 if we get no Turner, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's push forward here. Cavs and Knicks, 10 points for the Cavs here, a 230. Knicks on the back-to-back already filed the report. Don't make me say it again. Miles McBride is out this evening. There you go, Nez. I got that one right. A probable tag on Karl Anthony Towns. Be aware of the combos because he had a Q tag earlier, was falling to the 3rd round in some instances. Jalen Brunson is still out here, and Cameron Payne is out as well. So some first unit handling available. We alluded to how good OG has been in recent memory, but OG, Bridges, Hart, and Cat basically go every single draft here. And then the same could almost be said for the core 4 on the Cavs side there as well. Cavs might be without Dean Wade this evening. He has the Q tag, and they are for sure without Ty Jerome. So thoughts on this one? Thoughts on ADPs, Nez?
Yeah, I wasn't taking a ton of Donovan Mitchell because I liked Anthony Davis more, and initially liked the Kawhi and Zoobs a little bit more, but now I'm starting to get more Donovan Mitchell because I don't want to be totally without him. Obviously, last 3 box scores look good. I can't not like that. And against the Knicks, I feel like you get good Spida games against the Knicks. So definitely enjoying him. I need to get a little bit more a Spida, truthfully, but it was just hard with Anthony Davis. I'm like, I want to have so much AD that I was sacrificing Spida. Mobley, tough spot as well for ADP, but I hope to be at the field on Mobley. And then Garland and Jared Allen, man, I just continue to not really know what to do. I have them like at ADP basically. Don't love them. It's hard. Like, I don't know. There's what you could possibly say to be like, yes, like love those picks today at ADP. Like they're just fine.
Yeah, they're good basketball players. They're good real life basketball players, but it is hard to parse through the fantasy usage for all of them here. I did like the Mobley spot. I liked it a lot because I thought Mitch Robb was going to be out, and he is now out. So I do think that matters in a decent way. And Cat does get cooked by opposing 5s, and I thought it would be even better if they, Cat Q tag broke the other way. So I was pushing up Mobley a little bit there. I think the projection for Mobley and Mitchell will be closer than their ADPs currently suggest they are. So I was trying to get a little bit of Mobley in my life. And yeah, I agree with you at the expense of Mitchell because I was playing AD over Mitchell as well. So yeah, I like the ceiling potential. But if this game plays closer than the spread indicates, or at least stays close until like the bitter end there, I mean, you could get 33 to 35 minutes of Mitchell, which could age better than like 24 to 26 of AD if we went bull case, bear case on that scenario.
Yeah, fully agree. I think you could definitely get a pretty fun game out of this one. Hopefully it stays competitive. We've seen the Cavs absolutely destroy the Knicks, in previous matchups. But if they can keep it close, it's obviously great for everybody included in this game.
Yeah. Resident Knicks Homer suggesting that it also could be an Allen spot this evening there. So Allen he's not free in the last round because people will fight you for him at that 5-6 area there. But yeah, Allen definitely in play this evening. All right, let's push forward here. We got Celtics as 10-point favorites at home after that long road trip. This is a 2-11, which is obviously pace down spot and lowest total on the slate here against the Heat. This was the last time they played the game that Hero went nuke from 3, but they were playing without bodies against Hero, I believe. That was almost 3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
but there
you're
was
right. I
some
remember that.
some narrative. Yeah, there was some narrative in there about how they're so good against catch and shoot and so good against perimeter defense, but then when certain bodies were in or out of the lineup, i.e. Holiday this evening, i.e. potentially Jaylen Brown this evening with the Q tags, that defense softens up a little bit and the three-point shot is actually good. This is anecdotal. This is just some splits to look into a little bit later in the day if those Q tags break certain ways. But I was a little down on everyone in terms of ADP in this game. That being said, I think there's a push-pull stopgap for where this could break really right. And we talked about how it could break right for Bam if both Horford and Zinger miss, and we talked about how it could break right for Hero there, and then we could talk about how it's going to break right for Tatum, though his ADP is already way up there. If the other two guards end up missing this evening, same could be said for Derek White. So thoughts on this one, Nez, and if there was anything I missed. I do think it's important to note on the Miami side that we are still dealing without Andrew Wiggins and without Duncan Robinson, which kind of like boosts the handling potential and just shot volume for both Bam and Hero.
Yeah, interesting that this game is that Celtics are only favored by 10 here, just like given all that context that we just had there. Not a high total, but this could just be like a big Bam and Hero spot. I'm definitely worried about the Heat guys killing me today. Like I could definitely see both or one or the other like having a monster game here. So I might need to reconsider my Heat stance right now because it's not very bullish at the moment. But
no, I'm in lockstep with you, man. I'm in lockstep with you. I'm not very bullish on it either, especially the way they've been playing in recent memory. Like, I mean, they had a big outing on Monday, but before that, what were they like? They were just sliding in the complete wrong direction, like 2-8 in their last 10 or something.
Yeah, like looking at this game, kind of feels like you don't really want anybody other than Tatum. Since I'm just really scared about the ceilings of Hero and Bam, but they're so hard to get right.
Ooh. So prior to, I was correct in saying that they were sliding. Now they've won 5 in a row since then.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Heater doing the yo-yo. So
the Heater hot.
The Heater hot. Don't say it, man. Celtics are hotter though. 1-9 in a row there, including that longest road trip of the year for them. All right, Nez, let's move on here. We got Rockets, we got Jazz. 16.5 for the Rockets here. Walker Kessler got ruled in this morning for Utah, much to the chagrin of our guy A with the asterisks beside it in the chat here, who was drafting Filipowski in the 6th there. But Walker Kessler is free in the last round. Probably need to match some size against Sengun. Sengun goes in the early rounds here. Basically, no other Utah piece is getting drafted today, but there will be without Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, all the G Leaguers, Larry Markkinen. Oscar's out again. He started at the 5 last time. Kobe Williams is done for the year with a mono illness now. Yeah, so this could be thin for Utah, but that being said, they're huge dogs on the road in what is traditionally paced down, especially if they play with the big 5s. I'm looking at 10, 11 active bodies this evening. Once Kessler's been ruled in, feels like 10. So is anyone draftable on the Utah side not named Walker Kessler?
Whew. I don't think so. It's just been, very much recency bias on this one, but like just hasn't been great for Utah. Our guy Keynote, he's playing a lot of minutes. Just hasn't been a lot of ceiling from him. It's hard to see the spot against the Rockets and think good things here. Other than Kessler, I kind of like Kessler, but that's really it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. I think Kessler's obviously my favorite of the bunch, and the fact that he wasn't getting drafted this morning and now can get drafted here, there's a little bit of leverage there.
Yeah.
So I'm good with Kessler for sure. Let's talk about the other side. They're going to have almost everybody back for the Rockets here. The Rockets are getting back to like full. Like even Reed Shepard is back. They have only the G Leaguers listed as out. So, I mean, in terms of active bodies for them, 13, 12, whatever. Like they got everybody here this evening, and they're 16.5 point favorites, right? Just to double down. Yeah, 16.5. That gets me a little skittish on what the starters' minutes could look like, but they could do enough damage in their initial kind of like 28, 30 minutes that they could matter in a big way. But that being said, I don't know, man. Like I'm not jumping up and down to get to Fred VanVleet in the last round. Jalen Green's been playing some really good ball recently and filling it up in multiple categories, but like he goes every single time. You like Ahmed Thompson, said he was undervalued this evening, but outside of that, man, what do you think?
Yeah, like you said, man, when the Rockets are getting like very healthy, so that complicates things obviously for fantasy and the usage and whatnot. So, I mean, they got like everybody today.
Yeah.
Which is problematic, but luckily we're not doing the Fred VanVleet thing that we were doing at the beginning of the season, which feels like ages ago, where everybody was loading up 40% Fred VanVleet every single slate, just martingaling it. Yeah, dude. I mean, Amin Thompson, like for whatever reason, man, these models they just don't believe it. They just can't believe what they're seeing out of Amin Thompson. He just continues to have really solid games. And today in the pick'em lobby, he's at like a 33 fantasy point pick'em. Like I just think that's too low. I just for the ceiling that you can get against Utah, I get median, sure, but I think the ceiling for Amin is just really awesome in this spot here. So I'm gonna have a lot of Amin Thompson. This is my putting on my IKB hat on this one.
Cool. Yeah, no, I respect that for sure. We know he's a guy who can fill it up in multiple categories in a big way, and they could smash heavy early in this game. And if for whatever reason Utah decides to play some basketball this evening and keep it somewhat tight, that's going to age pretty well because we know his minute ceiling is quite high. Nez, this just got me looking at the Rockets right now, and I'm looking at how deep this roster is and how deep these rotations could go, which is sometimes a strength in the postseason, but not always, because normally we talk about good teams condensing. If they finish second and they ended up playing like the Clippers, for instance, in their first game or in their first series, rather, who do you think would be favored in that series, Clippers or Rockets?
I think it would be Rockets like minus 130.
Okay, so it'd be like pretty close. Like Nick's joking around here. He's not actually joking, but he's joking. But like Clippers in 5.
No, he's
pumping his bags.
Clippers bag in the dance, I think, out of anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, what if? Okay, let's say they rolled like Dallas in the first round or something like that. They beat Dallas in 6, let's say. And then they roll the Lakers in the second round. Lakers end up finishing behind the Warriors or something like that. And they line up with the Lakers in the second round of the postseason. Who's favored in a series fully healthy right now, Lakers or Rockets?
I think Lakers.
Yeah, just like the star power factor, like just like the LeBron Luka factor.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if it wasn't the Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, Memphis is a tough question because they're trending so poorly in their last 10 in the wrong direction and just fired their coach and lost, a depth guy in like Brandon Clark for the season. So I think maybe we would take Rockets over Grizz in a series, but like, man, this West is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, as always, dude. The West is just so loaded, and it's so deep. And that's the the decision point in the dance is like, you lock up the top 2 East, and then you figure out what West team you're going to build around them. Anything else that is
exactly. Yeah, good shout. All right, dude, let's push forward here. I guess Rockets, fine with them at ADP pushing up Amon Thompson. And then on the Jazz side, it's kind of just Walker Kessler in the last round for us, maybe a little keynote sprinkled in.
Yeah, I think that's the TLDR.
Okay. Man, I'm so happy that all these runs that all 9 runs yesterday were scored by nobodies on the Angels, and now all these runs are being scored today via the home run. I'm so happy that the Angels are doing this today after I loaded Angels yesterday.
I was told that St. Louis would be swept up by a tornado and dropped to another planet, but guess not.
Roth double red. All right, dude. Let's move on. Mavericks and Hawks. We've had the AD conversation. A non-zero chance that Lively could be back this evening as well, which further muddies the rotation of all those 5s that are now going to be converted to 4s, and who knows what. Hawks on the back-to-back there. As you guys can see, Trae Young has been listed with the probable tag. This is the closest spread and the highest total on the slate, which means we should be wanting to get to it. And I guess we are in some capacity because 3 pieces of Atlanta go every single draft in Okongwu, Trae, and Dyson Daniels. But outside of that, nobody else from Atlanta. And then on the Dallas side, it's basically AD and PJ Washington, and that's it. Is there any reason to get to anyone else in this game, Nez, because of the total and spread, or do you like the pieces that are getting drafted here?
Yeah, I think Trae Young is probably the real. Where do I have Trae Young? Yeah, he's. I think I don't know why he's ADP 6'4". I feel like he's like a top 3, top 4 pick today.
You like him better than Tatum this evening?
I'm not gonna do it, but like, I think he's top 4. I mean,
okay,
yeah, top 3.
I respect it for sure. Yeah. Oh, spicy. If Joker, okay, so let's play a fun game. If Joker gets ruled out and all of the Boston guys get ruled in, is Trae the 102?
For me, probably.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you obviously are digging the Trae spot, digging the handling, digging the matchup against Dallas. He has back-to-back 50 burgers. The minutes, 39, 35, 37, 36. They are, I think they're pretty safe now. Like they're safe and secured in terms of like they're in the play-in bracket no matter what right now, but they can move up or down within said playoff bracket. So you could get yourself a more favorable matchup, but I think it's pretty solidified that it's Magic, Hawks, Heat, and Bulls in the play-in bracket. But there's also a non-zero chance that if things break really wrong for the Bucks, you could push like all the way up from there. But yeah, just thoughts on the other Atlanta pieces. Nez, if you're bullish on Young, are you bullish on other guys too?
I'm gonna probably run it back with Onyeka. I think it's a tough matchup, but he's gonna have to see the floor a ton. And I don't know if you know Dyson Daniels is also in this game, John. If you're doing your classic bit, but Dyson Daniels also a pretty good pick.
Dyson Daniels, never a good pick. The poor man's Keon Ellis couldn't be me.
Can you believe he's not going to win DPOY?
Who's going to win it?
Our peer, our professional peer, Draymond Green is the favorite.
That's fucking bullshit. I don't like. I don't know.
Dyson Daniels is a big dog right now. Like I would love for that to not be true.
My God, Draymond just
maybe generational wealth.
That shit, dude. Draymond's just so loud they can't ignore the fact that he wants to be the defensive player of the year. I don't know, man.
It's trash.
I think Draymond's so overrated, but on-off advanced metrics will suggest that he's pretty good.
He's a good basketball player. I just hate him.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nez, can we get to anyone other than, AD, PJ, etc. on the Mavs side?
Man, I don't even think I have a lot of PJ today.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah, ADP 35.6.
Yeah,
I should probably get more PJ.
I mean, he's playing 30 every single night. It does seem a little soft cap. Dinwiddie's been playing decent in recent memory as well. I don't think you can stray beyond these ones. If we knew Gafford could be playing full and get up to like 24, 28, like something like that, then Gafford would probably be the second guy that you could select just from a rates perspective in the last round. But I don't think we could trust it. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. It will be cool to see what happens when this team gets healthy and what kind of rotations look like and how Gafford fares fantasy-wise. Also curious how this defensively will fare with Trae Young and his dimes. Like, my dumb brain tells me that this is good for Trae Young dimes because of the number of big bodies on the court. Like, how are they going to be able to defend and get out and defend with Trae Young's gravity? Like, how is that going to affect the shooting performance from Trae Young's teammates?
I like the hand on the court take there. Yeah, that sounds good from a narrative standpoint to me. We're getting a little bit of a news drop here. We're going to get to the Spurs in a second, but just for people playing along at home right now, if you're in draft rooms, Devin Vassell has been ruled out, Jeremy Sohan's been ruled out, and Charles Bassey has been ruled out. So that sounds like Bismack Biyombo starting at the 5, which also sounds like DeAndre Jordan night on the other side of that ball game. Yeah,
holy shit.
I don't think we're gonna get. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, why the hell would you play Joker after playing 53 minutes and the Spurs are rolling this out? Maybe CP3 comes into our life in the last round there, but yeah, this is
crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Let's push to that game right now, Nez. That is a 232. It is 9.5 by way of the Nuggets. The context that was added earlier in the chat there from our guy Justin was the fact that this has moved from like 15.5 to like 9.5, 8.5 some places after the game went to double overtime last night. And because of that, we are treating very, very hesitantly on the Joker stuff, which has led Nez to getting overweight on Jamal Murray, thinking he is the one that plays this evening after sitting the last 2 games. The personal reasons, also the Michael Porter Jr. situation, fans suggested that he sounds like more than a 1-day absence. So, I mean, we could be ending up with no Aaron Gordon, no Joker, no Michael Porter Jr., and then flip a coin on Jamal Murray this evening, which I don't know, man. This looks like we're opening up some quote unquote value in the last round for DeAndre Jordan or Russell Westbrook or something like that as well.
Yeah,
Christian
no,
Brown played the 50 minutes last night too as well. So
it's a good point, man. What the hell are somebody's going to be playing a lot of minutes again. I think there's who's going to be? Probably Russ, maybe Brown, but I doubt it's Joker, and I doubt it's Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you there. So what can we get ahead of right now? Is it worth? I mean, is DeAndre Jordan still going to be a 6th-round pick anyway, so it doesn't matter? Is Russell Westbrook still going to be a 6th-round pick, so it doesn't matter? What about, Peyton Watson, just, a guy who's missed some games this year and just running the young legs out there again?
Yeah, I can see Peyton Watson playing a lot of minutes, and he's kind of a fun player. I think Nick's probably right, though. He keeps telling us it's Russell Westbrook night, and I think he's probably correct.
Yeah, I like that shout in a big way here. And in terms of projection, we've seen this before. When all these Q tags get ruled out, that Russ goes from being like player 36 to like player 12 in terms of projection. And you're going to be fighting people to get him in the 3rd round when you could have him for free right now in the last round. So if I was firing up a batch of drafts right now, I would be, slamming myself some Castle and Westbrook in the 5th and the 6th.
Yep. Big time.
Any love for anyone on the Spurs side now that we've gotten this injury report? Like, I don't think we can play Biyombo. I think Castle is obviously the most enjoyable of the bunch. Any CP3, any Keldon Johnson, any Julian Champagny instead of Justin. Mamu, who, kills it from a rates perspective in like 22 minutes, like when he does actually play. Does he factor into this ball game and actually play this evening? Now, when both sides rule everybody out and we could take Mamu in the 6th.
What a guy that Mamu. Man, gotta be Keldon Johnson season, right?
Yeah, he's got the Q tag too, though. So who knows?
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Well, definitely Castle season for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think Castle will. Where do you think his ADP ends up settling in? Do you think he's a 5th round guy now? Do you think he still belongs in the 5th or the 6th? Yeah,
5th rounder. As far as like the ADP calculations go, maybe like 28, but he gets drafted before 28 the rest of the day.
All right, sounds good to me there. We move on here. Pistons, OKC. SGA going at the front end of draft boards. He is Nez's 101 today because of the looming potential Joker situation. They are 13-point favorites at home in a 232.5. This game currently does not have Cade Cunningham. I will say that because he has a D tag, not an out tag. So you never know. But I don't think tonight is the night in which that happens. But it is just a classic thing that we've dealt with in the past with Cade in particular being an upgrade guy, but he's missed. I think this is his 4th or 5th in a row. Tobias Harris has a probable tag after being a RKO out of nowhere, LOL hoops rule out at tip last time out there, which got a lot of people on Dennis Schroeder. And then, Asar Thompson getting drafted, him and Duran go in the last round a little bit here because they're dealing with suspensions where they're going to be without bodies. Who are they without? Beef Stew and Holland. Those are the 2 guys who are suspended, right? So, yeah. Or Sasser as well.
Yeah, it would just be so nuts if, like, to have Cade ruled in or upgraded to questionable, and then all these fucking Joker drafters get their Cade swaps. Like, oh, thank you. Like, yeah, I'll take my bailout.
Same thing as last Wednesday, dude, where it was Tatum with the D tag, and then he got ruled in for the Giannis drafters.
Yeah, and Joker.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Joker got the upgrade on that slate as well.
And again, Giannis was the worst pick of all time. Like, if you did like 2 seconds of research, you knew that Giannis was not playing. And all those fucking guys got bailed out. That was so annoying.
Nez, on the Detroit side right now, are you interested in anyone? Because they are all free in the last round there. Duran goes a little bit. I think we're going to see a little B-ball Paul tonight, a little bit of Paul Reed action. He's probably not draftable in our contest, but we're going to see some backup 5 run from our guy, B-ball Paul. But is there any love for, getting to Tobias Harris or getting to any of the other guys I listed earlier?
I like Duran today, but that's probably it for me, man. I was mixing in a little bit of Tobias Harris early, but now that this other value is opened up, no thanks.
Yeah, that checks out to me. OKC side, dude, Caruso has the Q tag and Jalen with a Y. Jay Will has the Q tag there. He missed last game as well. Aaron Wiggins is still listed as out. Outside of that, nothing to talk about with the centers there, where Chet played through the Q tag last time out and did not play particularly well. Chet is free in the last round. Hartenstein's free in the last round. J-Dub and SGA go every single draft. Do you have a stance on anyone outside of the obvious that you have SGA at 101?
Yeah, SGA, and then the rest I don't love. It's whenever the Thunder have their big four, so to speak, it becomes less appealing to get to any of those guys. J-Dub is a fine pick just because of the cost is not expensive. So, he's okay, but I don't love it.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
no Chet, obviously, for me.
Yeah, I'm in lockstep there. Yeah, I'm in lockstep with you there. Not the most enticing matchup in the world. I mean, if Duren gets a couple quick ones, which he is prone to do on occasion, then the 5 matchup becomes pretty enticing because you're gonna get B-ball Paul out there against Chet and Hartenstein, but it's hard to pick which one on a given night to get to when everybody's healthy. There, Nez, let's move on to Clippers and Pels. Clippers are 17-point favorites in the lowest total of the night, a 218. Yet 3 Clippers get drafted every single draft in the first 12 picks. Me thinks that's not amazing, but I'll hear you out on if it is or not. And then on the Pelicans side, man, just everybody's done for the year, basically. This is going to be interesting. I mean, even Jordan Hawkins is out this evening, so you're dealing with probably 10 bodies on the Pels side, but it's paced down and it's a tough defensive matchup here. Anyway, we get to any Pels this evening.
Oh man, I haven't considered a single Pelican today, and feel very comfortable not wasting any energy trying to figure out which Pelican I'm drafting today. And I'm certainly not trying to cram 3 Clippers into a team, but I think 2 can work. Okay. I mean, they're really concentrated. There's not a lot of depth there, but maybe the sneaky Clipper we're not getting to is Norman Powell. Maybe Norman Powell goes off today. What do you think?
I liked that he played 39 minutes the other night and that he played through the back-to-back. I do think, just given his injury history and them trying to get into the playoffs fully healthy, that the first 2 guys out of this ball game will be Kawhi and Powell. So if this plays to the spread, it's 17.5. They're beating the brakes off them. The 2 guys that are playing 28 instead of 32 or 33 are Kawhi and Powell, in my estimation.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
The Powell side, dude, no love for Jose Alvarado in the last round with lead handling or anything like that. Bruce Brown can do some stuff from a rates perspective. I think the slate's probably just too deep.
It's way too deep.
Okay. We got some behind closed doors alpha here from our guy Justin, straight from the GOAT, Justin Pham's mouth, that would be pretty shocked if Joker and a few others play for the Nuggets, and even more so with the Spurs resting Vassell and maybe Keldon. So yeah, kind of in lockstep with where our thought process is. I'm really excited to get in a draft here, Nez, fire it up and see where these Nuggets pieces are now going. As I do that, guys, do me a favor. There's 200 of us hanging out right now. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member at Unabated. Some of the best NBA projections in the business. Absolutely there. And they also have an amazing pick'em tool. Nez, we are going to have the decision right away at 101 there. Use promo code BADGE at sign up there for the good people at Unabated there. Helps us out, helps them out as well.
Great plug. I'm excited to see what this looks like here. I need to obtain this alpha, set new ranks, and change some diapers after this.
Here we go. We're anticipating the deadline to be 3:30, so we are going to get that news report in, what is that, 8 minutes? Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, Nez. In Nez I Trust, SGA 101 today.
Let's see how far Joker falls, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe people can't resist that 90 ball. Oh yeah, Mason wants it.
Mason wants it at spot number 2.
Do your thing, Mason. Do your thing.
Hugh Manning 10. Is that a Peyton Manning reference? Quarterback Manning number 10.
QB Manning 10 was taken.
Yeah, I just had to go with Q. Harden goes there. We're gonna have the decision with some of these Clippers pieces, I think, unless Kawhi goes at 11. We will see. He takes Anthony Davis instead of Kawhi. Dude, I'm not in love with the Kawhi stuff tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I do think he can get enough in short minutes, but like I'm skittish on the minutes for all the Clippers guys tonight. I really like Evan Mobley. Like I would put Mobley here, and then I would let you make the decision between Kawhi and Hallie. I will take Kawhi if you can sell me this pen.
I mean, I just think Kawhi has just looked so damn good that even if you get like 28 minutes, I think you can get like 42 fantasy points out of Kawhi. I mean, it's like, would you rather take Hallie or Bam here if we didn't do this, or Hero? You can go flip the board and go Hero. Let's get crazy, I guess.
I think I'd take Hallie. I think Hallie's fine, especially if we get no Benny Math and we get no Turner. You know, it's still pace up. It's still the guy who never turns over the ball, gets some dimes, that sort of deal. I think the ceiling for Hallie's probably highest.
Yeah, you get some steals there, like you said. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. I would be much more happier to do AD Mobley there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I think we're in lockstep that we both like Mobley kind of over this Kawhi and Hallie.
Yeah, I still like Kawhi, but yeah. I can't help it.
Yeah, Kawhi not.
There you go. Kawhi not. I mean, dude, Kawhi looks so good. I playoff Kawhi is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope he stays healthy for the postseason and that team makes a little bit of noise because that'd be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, fully loaded. I'm aware that Eli wore 10. That's why I'm bringing it up. What do you think about the Josh Hart ADP now that we got Towns in?
I think Josh Hart is like fine at that price. Like I don't hate Josh Hart now that Cat is playing.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, and
Castle Westbrook.
Let's just think about this here. You're gonna full fade Jamal Murray?
Yeah, let's do it. Murray gets to sit tonight. You can have all your Murray bags. You've already packed your Murray bags. I got to zig when the other people are zagging, bro. I'm playing Murray out. Those Murray swaps to Russ are going to hit like crack, though, as long as you fade the Joker swappers.
Yeah, Joker swappers might get Castle, hopefully. Or like Pascal Siakam or something, because, you know, the Joker drafters are probably not ones to set swap ranks. So
yeah. You're calling out the fake sharps that they're going to play Joker after the back-to-back, huh? You're calling out the fake sharps.
They don't even know where the rankings tab is. I got to shoot them my tutorial.
Good shit. All right, Nez, how do we land this plane? Who is a scroll the F down 6-rounder that we should be getting excited about right now?
Oh man. Let me think here. Let me look. Let me look at the what my data says. All roads come back to SAR for me, man.
Interesting. All right.
SAR or Walker Kessler.
Yeah, I like Walker Kessler more than SAR tonight. I'm not really a SAR guy. Maybe I'm scarred from watching him too much this year.
Yeah, that's the problem.
like watching real life basketball of him, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, like just not waving to the hoop like this. Come on, Ole, come on, come dunk on me.
Yep. Yeah, that's where ball knowledge goes wrong.
Yeah, he's pretty good at like icing the three and stuff like that. There's a bunch of fun rookie stats for like, records that he set as a young center in this league. Yeah, like just in terms of like passing, like assists, rebounds, and threes hit for like a young five. Jared Allen comes to us if we want to play the Jared Allen game. Jalen Duren with no backup five behind him. Sar Thompson's kind of fun, but we talked about Walker Kessler.
Yeah, I think it's Kessler for me, but Asar definitely is intriguing.
Yeah, I like Asar. If that game was closer and the spread was closer, maybe it couples well pairing it with SGA. But if it was closer in general, I'd be more interested in it. But I think in a vacuum, I would take Kessler over him.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We get Walker Kessler there. So that was an SGA, Mobley, Halley, Castle, Westbrook, Walker Kessler team. So we shall see.
I might end up duping that.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Our guy Steven saying Sar doesn't look good in the spreadsheets either, to be fair. Maybe he'll crack 50% true shooting for the year. Yikes.
I'm playing fantasy sports. I'm not playing efficiency ball here.
Play real sports. I'm not trying to be the best at exercising.
Yeah, come on.
Classic Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Nez, we're going to push over and do the baseball behind the paywall here next. Do we have time to rip one more draft or one pick'em before doing so? Any interest, and which would you be interested in?
Pick'em. I got a pick'em in me.
All right. What do you got in terms of pick'em here as I check out the market-based stuff for Unabated?
Yeah, I think I would enjoy Amen Thompson fantasy points, just as like a starting point. I feel good about that.
Okay. You like the higher on the Amen Thompson fantasy points?
They heard me.
34.35.
Yeah, they heard me. That was at 33 earlier. Yeah.
Okay. What else are you kind of feeling?
We're getting the injury reports for the Nuggets. They're flowing.
Okay, we get Joker with a Q tag, Jamal Murray with a Q tag, Michael Porter with a Q tag, Christian Brown with a Q tag, Derek Lively with a Q tag, Aaron Gordon with a Q tag.
Just getting thrown in there in the middle.
Yeah. It looks like we got 1 million Q tags and no definitive information yet. But I see J Fan typing.
I know. Oh, he stopped. Oh.
Peyton Watson Q tag. Kind of lame as fuck, Nuggets. Yeah, I agree. This is pretty lame. So this is going to be the big conversation for the remainder of the day here, is what to do with all these Q tags, because they effectively just listed every single player Q and then left themselves out at what they want to do at lock. But we're going to be drafting without this information. So we're going to be drafting blind the remainder of the day. The one that is not listed, though, is the man who fucked up the game last night.
I do what I want. 42 minutes of rust ball, baby. Who says no?
Not me. Let's cook, man. Let's cook.
Yeah, right. Right. You won't get that for the rest of the day.
Yeah. There you go. He's a DNP. Yeah. Russ is going to be the only one active, and then he's going to be a DNP for his bonehead play.
Come on, man.
Bricking the layup and then fouling the three shooter. Oh, my goodness.
His flaw is that he just tries too hard.
Yeah. He's trying too good. He's doing too many good things that sometimes it goes poorly. All right, Nez. We do not have the Unabated projections yet. If I happen to still be on stream before while they come out, I will take a look again in the pick'em lobbies. So I'm just using the market-based stuff for a half second here. But you like the Ahmed Thompson one. What else can we add to this that feels good to you?
I think some Trae Young pick'ems would probably go well with how I'm feeling right now.
What do you like about Trae?
What do we got for his dimes or maybe points and assists?
Sorry, I'm playing behind the scenes right now on some of the stuff that they like. Yeah, you had the narrative about sucking the defense out and then diming it off. 11.5 dimes.
A little bit of a boost on there too. What about you can do that or points and assists? I'm good with either.
Am I blind? I don't see points and assists.
Okay, yeah, it might not be up there.
Probably at the bottom.
Oh, there it is.
36.5 on the points and assists.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So we got Amin for the fantasy points. We got Trae for the points and the assists. Let's add one more in here. I am seeing on the market-based stuff some lowers on Larson. I mean, Jaime Hawkins played like 28 minutes out of nowhere. That one's pretty good. I'm seeing Tobias Harris lowers. I'm seeing J-Dub lower on rebounds assists.
I'll trust you.
Now. All right. Let's do it. This is the market-based one right now.
Pelly Larson.
Yeah. Probably gets cut a little bit. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we still got it here. Points and assists lower on the 11.5. All right. Let's do it. Lock it in. Not an L word. Just locking in the picks.
That's right. Okay. I'm on this.
Here we go. We're on it. I put it in the private chat for you. I put it in the forward-facing chat here. Guys, we are going to push onward to behind the paywall here after I feed Mr. Goodboy. Be there in like 5 minutes. You don't have to go anywhere. If you are on the YouTube side, you will be instantly funneled over there. We will do a unabated breakdown of the 4-game MLB slate there. J-Cam, he's a rotational player for the Heat. Don't worry about it. We got this, baby. We got this. Yeah. And outside of that, mad congrats to everyone who took down slates last night. Truly incredible. Best of luck to everyone playing the NBA slate this evening. This is going to be a very difficult one to parse through with this Nuggets news, but Nez and I want to be on the right side of history with this one. And Nez is playing it as Jamal's in and Gordon is out and Michael Porter Jr. is out and Joker is out. So that's where we stand right now. That's how we're drafting it. That's how Nez has been drafting it. This morning, you guys freely make your own decisions based upon that. Nez, any parting words for the people before baseball time?
No, but I will see you in the lobbies and see you Friday. Additionally, I will
not tomorrow.
I will be out tomorrow, but all Friday. Right. Friday.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys. Hang out right here. You'll be redirected to the baseball stuff. If you are not a paying member, do consider doing so. For $5 there, you can join up and then get access to the double-sided content here. And give us a like, subscribe, notification, all that stuff. Unfortunately, does matter, and I don't shill it enough, but please do so that we can keep feeding our dogs and keep doing this stuff every damn day. Thank you to the good people at Underdog and Unabated, everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.